David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. So I've just been lurking around the streets trying to dump my shit in other people's bins. Dressed in black with a black hat, just lurking from bin to bin, seeing if there's any space. Fuck me. 15 garbage bags full of shit. And we're not even finished, that's just today. 15 fucking garbage bags. 6 of them to charity and 9 of them in other people's bins around my area. Just so much shit. You don't realize how much shit you just accumulate because you're too fucking lazy to throw it away. So you just hide it in the cupboard, throw it in the garage, putting shit in suitcases, bags, fucking anywhere there's a little bit of space, there was shit. I swear to God, it mentally weighs you down. Just having the burden of all that shit in your subconscious somewhere. Because you can pretend to forget you left all your old work clothes in a box in the garage, but your subconscious remembers and it's always gnawing away at you. So I'm fucking driving around the street with 9 fucking bags of just pure shit. Old clothes, burnt out razors, unknown boxes, cords, laptops from 10 years ago that stopped working 8 years ago. Just shit fucking everywhere. And you pile 9 bags of garbage into your fucking car. And it is fun getting rid of them. Because at the start you're like, how the fuck am I going to dump 9 bags of shit? And then you just go for a drive, look in people's bins. You pull up where there's a line of a lot of bins. Because there's going to be a couple of half full ones in there. I feel like now I can tell if a bin is full or not just by looking at it from the outside. And then slowly, as you're getting rid of these bags one by one, the stress starts dissipating. The burden of 9 bags compared to 6 bags is completely different. You're talking about a whole different fucking ball game there. Once you get down to 6 bags, once you've ditched 3 of them, you're like, I can do this. I can really get rid of all this shit. And then you get down to 3 and you're like, we're on the fucking home stretch here. And then that last bag, you don't even really try and find an empty bin for that last bag. You just chuck it in any old bin. Have the fucking lid flipped open. Just cram it in. It's someone else's problem now. That's what I was thinking the whole time. I'm like, I just want this to be someone else's problem. I want my problems to be someone else's problems now. They can deal with the shit. Luckily, it was fucking bin night because I went for a cruise around and I found a couple of construction skips that would have worked so perfectly. I could have just chucked all 9 bags in there, but I don't like throwing shit in skips. I mean, if it wasn't bin night, I 100% would have, and I probably will tomorrow. But I don't like doing it on principle. I tell you why I don't like doing it, because when I would do some work for Dad, and he had a skip out the front of a job, at the end of every day, he would make me cover the fucking thing with like doors and shit. So I'd be dragging doors through the site, chucking it on top of the skip, then finding planks of wood, chucking that on to cover the whole fucking thing so no one would come through and throw their bike in. And then the next morning, you would get there and the fucking door would be off and someone would have thrown their shit in there. But regardless of that, I would still have to cover the bin again. It fucking sucked. That's why I don't like dumping shit in skips, because of the poor fucking labourers that have to cop it. Having said that, there's a big one down the road that's going to get a workout tomorrow, because I'm not fucking going around the streets trying to fucking dump shit in people's bins again. That's it though. Once we get rid of this fucking shit, that's the end of that style of life. I'm not keeping anything anymore. And it's not even my shit either. I've got 1 suitcase full of clothes and shoes. That's my whole life in that suitcase. And 1 box full of books. That's me. That's me done. It's everyone else's fucking shit. That's what happens. You get a family and they just burden you. And there is no end to the burden they place on you. Anyway, let's keep moving on. There's still probably another 10 bags of shit to go out. But who gives a fuck? Let's get to this week's Ask Boyle. So this week's Ask Boyle was sent in by Matt over there in New Zealand. It wasn't. I can't remember who sent it in, and I didn't want to spend 45 minutes trying to find it. Heaps of people have asked the same question anyway. It was basically, the question was, have you ever gone to AA? No, I haven't, Matt. I haven't gone to AA. And that's not because I have anything against AA. I have nothing against AA, maybe except for a couple of the steps. But AA seems like a pretty good idea. You get to hang out with other degenerates on your level. That helps. Sometimes it helps to be around like-minded dirtbags. You know, you can share stories, you've got an immediate bond, and it definitely helps to have some like-minded people around. Heaps of listeners to this podcast have been to AA. They're either in AA or they went to AA for a bit. The most common story that comes back to me from the listeners is when they first quit drinking, they went to AA, they went to all the meetings, and it really helped them at the start, and then eventually they sort of drifted away. I suppose as you get a little bit stronger, a little bit more confidence, you don't need the structures as much, I suppose. I don't know. That's the most common story, but it varies. Some people hated it straight away. Some people love it. Some people have been going to it for like 20 years. I don't fucking know, really. Whatever the fuck works for you, just do that. The only reason I didn't go to AA is because I'm just lazy. That was one of the reasons. I just didn't see myself turning up ever. I've been saying for the last 2 years, basically, that I'm going down to AA, I'm going to take my mate, and I'm going to go check it out for myself. And I still haven't done that. And the other reason is I just didn't feel like I needed AA. It might have made things easier, I don't know. I just had this idea of AA being the same as someone telling me what to do, and I fucking hate being told what to do. So I just felt like I would rebel against any of the shit. It could have ended up badly for me with my type of mindset. I feel like I might have tried to prove to them that AA doesn't work on me by just fucking sabotaging myself. Like, heh, yeah, you thought you could fix me? Well, fuck you. You know what I mean, just another version of self-destructing. Anyway, that's the reason why I haven't gone, I think. It could change next time I get asked that question. But yeah, thanks for your question, Matt from Wellington. Did I say Wellington at the start, or did I say Auckland? Or did I say Christchurch? I can't remember. But if you would like to ask Boyle a question, just hit me up on social media. I'm Boyle Comedy on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Or just email me on boylecomedy@gmail.com. Alright, that is it, and I'll see ya the fuck later.